To how we continuously get minor chakra cards and I cannot get a major chakra, we're going to do a full-blown chakra check-in. Talk a bit about these chakra cards that are out before we get into the full-blown reading. So your chakras for nutrition and responsibility are going to be right here, and then your yang chakra is going to be right here. And it really seems like your chakras are needing some attention and taking accountability for your actions, as well as believing that you have the power to follow through with things that you want to do. Talk a bit about, so this is a root chakra. Now your root chakra is your lowest chakra. It is like around your reproductive organs and where we excrete things. So it governs our sense of survival. And the affirmation for that is I am. So it makes up our whole form. Like it covers your bones, it covers your teeth, it covers your adrenal glands. And this card is covering something from your childhood that is still affecting you. So this is something your inner child is like trying to come out and say, hey, we need some work here. And it's the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups is a messenger of emotions and love and all those feel-good things that we like to get from other people. Sometimes it can even be an emotional confession. And what I'm kind of gathering here is that too many emotional confessions were dumped on you as a child, way too young for you to be processing and being somebody's therapist. And that's kind of lingering and it kind of hindered you. I think that as a child, it made it hard for you to even want to grow up seeing all of these negative emotions. It's very vital, I think, that we kind of keep the world magical for children and not try to like bombard them with the adulty type things, but in your case you were bombarded with that and your inner child is like, hey, I'm still struggling to process all the stuff that was dumped on me. Can we please give it some attention? Our sacral chakra is around our pubic bone, which is about 2 inches below your navel, and it governs your flow in life. It governs your sensuality as well as direction, and ultimately our relationship to our body. It covers your kidneys, your genitals, your small intestine, all of the fluids in your body, and it actually has quite a bit to do with your gut health and how you absorb nutrients. And this card is covering some emotions that you're bottling up inside, or it doesn't necessarily say emotions. It more just says something you're bottling up inside. So with it being the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, you're really bottling something up that you feel like you are either undeserving of what you have, or you're upset over something that you were working towards that didn't quite work out. The Nine of Pentacles is a card of really enjoying something that you alone have worked really hard for and have gotten yourself into a position you can at that point share. So whenever it's in reverse, it's the corrupt form of that energy. Something went wrong and you're really having a hard time letting it go and moving on. But mostly what I'm picking up on is your worth. So your solar plexus is about 2 inches below your sternum, and the affirmation for that is I do. And it governs quite a bit, actually. It's one of our bigger chakras, in my opinion, and it's basically your sense of self, your self-esteem, your self-confidence. It governs your ability to think correctly, to make analytical decisions. It governs your fear, your power, your drive for life, your joy. And it also covers like your excitement and your irritability. It covers your liver, your stomach, your pancreas. It covers a lot of the stuff that is around your stomach, as well as like your autonomic nervous system and your joints. And that's really just to name a few. As I said, this is a huge chakra. And so this is something that is causing you anxious feelings or stress, and it's the Two of Cups reversed. So whenever the Two of Cups is reversed, you were feeling like you cannot trust the people around you, as well as like your relationships are not meaningful. So this reading, unfortunately, doesn't really offer advice. It more just highlights the problem so that you can do inner work on it. But I want to say things like, make sure that you're creating boundaries. And if people are overstepping those boundaries, to remove them. And oftentimes, whenever we cannot trust others, there is really a deep-rooted not being able to trust yourself. And sometimes we have to look in at that on things that we have let ourselves down on and forgive it and accept that we have grown and that we are always learning and that this is an experience. So your heart chakra is where you would think it would be. It's around your heart, about 2 inches below your throat. It covers the heart, lungs, the endocrine system. It actually covers detoxifying through your fat, which is random, your blood circulation. And it kind of governs your sense of love, your sense of belonging, your sense of family, as well as various parts of your personality and connecting to others. And this card is how you can be more compassionate with yourself, and it's the Queen of Cups, and she is reversed. And what I'm really picking up here is that we need to separate ourselves from our emotions. The Queen of Cups is a very emotional character, and her emotions are not kept inside of her. They are very much reflected in her outer world. And what I'm really picking up here is that how you can be more compassionate with yourself is by realizing that you are not your emotions, just like you're not your thoughts. Emotions are simply energy in motion. They're here. They're doing their thing. You can choose to recognize them. You can choose to give in to them. You can choose to just acknowledge them and transmute them. However, we're not our emotions. And if you're feeling a certain kind of way, be compassionate with yourself, because it doesn't matter how you feel. It matters what you do with those feelings. Next, we have your throat chakra, and it's also where you'd think it would be. It's in your throat. And it covers a lot of the transformations of self. So the transformation of fear, the transformation of love, the transformation of personality. It also covers our gestures and facial expressions, as well as our ability to communicate and speak. It has to do with your thyroid, with your respiratory tract, with your throat itself, your vocal cords, your jaw. It also does have something to do with your ears and your nose. Your ability to process the information that you're hearing is your throat chakra. And with it having something to do with your thyroid, it does have a lot to do with your metabolism as well. And this card is covering a belief that you're holding on to too strongly, so we need to loosen our grips or possibly realize this isn't serving us anymore. And so the Seven of Swords is never really a fun card. It's better whenever it's in the reverse position, but it's kind of things being stolen from you and people that are coming along and over pushing your boundaries. But with it being reversed, like I said, it's in a better position. It's those things being returned to you and you being able to trust again. Maybe owning up to some things you've done in the past that weren't, in the best interest of everybody, if you're reflecting and realizing that now. But the belief that you're holding on to too strongly, I believe, is that you can't trust others and that others are going to let you down. We need to flip it. You know what I mean? We need to let it go so that we can have this in its good position and that you are trusting others and trusting yourself. This really, once again, kind of goes in with that other card of trust, which, if I remember correctly, was on your solar plexus, which also had to do with metabolism. So if your metabolism is running kind of slow, it could be that once you, kind of go and do this inner work on trust with yourself and others, that it will, resolve that problem for you. So now we are to our third eye, and your third eye is right here. It's also known as the forehead chakra. And this chakra really governs your ability to see your true path in life, as well as realizing that you think things into reality. A lot of our creating comes from our third eye. Our crown connects us to the divine. I think those two get confused a little bit. Now, this is where you're going to have your visions. This is where we can get to the Akashic records. This is where our clairvoyance comes from. Now, this chakra also does govern your eyes, ears, nose, and it does have a little bit to do with the throat too, as well as your nervous system, your pituitary glands, and your memories. And so this card represents how you can connect with your life's purpose, and you actually got two cards for this one. So we've got the Knight of Pentacles and Strength. Now both of these are reversed, and I am noticing that a lot of these are reversed, which is why I think that we probably needed to do the full chakra checkup. So you are here to really help people bring in very strong earthly foundations. I imagine that you probably are very good at starting up creative projects, or even not creative. It could just be something boring to you. But you are just phenomenal at getting that really strong foundation going. And I sense that you do that because you come in and you really show people where they need to be greedy and where they need to have courage and where they need to believe in themselves. I think a lot of people struggle with wanting to overgive, and you come in and you help them realize that, hey, it's actually not serving anyone for me to give all of my stuff away, and I need to have value in myself and my product and in my beliefs and in the things I'm working on. And I believe that you personally came here to learn the lesson of choices and trusting in yourself, and of kind of freeing yourself from this doubt that I'm sensing that's in your soul on your ability to make choices is what I'm really kind of getting at. And I feel like I'm tearing you apart here, so I'm going to stop. But you do inspire others, and you really do help people build things. And I think that that's absolutely beautiful. We all really need help with that sometimes. And I personally would love if you came and helped me start some things up. And now, not least, we have arrived to the crown chakra. And the crown chakra is at the very top of your skull. And it serves to bring together all of your lower chakras as well as connect you to the divine. This is where oracle work comes from. This is where natural magic comes from. It covers your pineal gland, your skull, your cerebrum. Oh, and I forgot, this is like where we're going to get our downloads. This is where you just have that inner knowing. This is where you know stuff that you don't know where you know it from. And this card represents how you can deepen your connection to the divine. And that's going to be your higher power, whatever your higher power is. And the card you got for that was the Ten of Swords in reverse. And this is a good card to be in the reversal. Let it go. That's what it's saying. You just need to let go. Let go of the past hurts. Let go of the hurts you have within yourself. Let go of these traps you've set for yourself. Let go of the people that have stabbed you in the back. Let go of the negative. Let go of the why are things this way and why is there hunger if there is a God and questions of that nature. Let it go. Stop looking for things from outside validation. Know that it comes from within. And kind of let go of logic a little bit, as crazy as that sounds, and let yourself start to believe in faith and believe in emotion and believe in the unseen. Not